Yeah, I said it and I'm not taking it back. Magicians are retarded. Every single time there's any hype for any trick, they always act the same. It's almost like there's a hive mind. They build themselves up, and then when eventually the product releases and they get their grubby little hands on it, they're disappointed. Or it didn't meet their expectations. Obviously, nothing's gonna meet your expectations when your expectations are in the stratosphere. You know magic's not real, right? Magicians are the first one to throw out theory on how participants can believe in what you're doing is real. And yet they're the ones that have to be reminded that magic isn't real. If you have a trick, like an any card at any number, where a magician has a participant name a card, and then they have them name a number, they take a deck, they deal it down. There's gonna be a method. There's gonna be compromise. There's gonna be something that you have to do as a magician in order to get that effect to the participant. And a magic shop is going to try their best to convey that idea to you, the buyer, the retarded magician. So they're going to play up all the benefits and say that this could be done with a normal deck. It could be done impromptu. It has handlings that could be done hands off. All the things necessary for you to purchase the product. So when you purchase said product, and it's not to your standard, that you think that it's just going to be this thing that works itself, you decide to get disappointed and write on a little forum or on a Facebook post on how it didn't meet your standard and how all this and that, and you're retarded. Dex is a perfect example of this. Lloyd Barnes had to go out and make a video talking about the different characteristics of Dex and showing that it could be done in jeans because people in the Magic Cafe weren't satisfied. It's a fucking index. What else could it be? It's a thing that holds all the cards that goes in your pocket. It can't really be much else, can it? It's a good quality product that goes in your pocket, and with some practice, you're going to be able to reach into your pocket and pull out any card that they name. Some cards are harder to pull than others. Some cards are way easier to pull out than others. It's the nature of having a device that goes in your pocket that holds all the cards. So for you to go on the Magic Cafe and post on how the ad is deceptive because they show you going into your pocket and reaching in immediately and pulling out a card, you're retarded. There's going to be some work. There's always going to be some work. Let's look at Enigma by Christian Grace. The hype around this thing was bigger than anything else I've seen in recent time. And the effect and method warrants the hype. You have Christian Grace come up to you as if he's gonna have sex with you. He puts his hands on your hands. You think of a word and he manages to tell you what that word is. Obviously, there's a method. Now, in the case of Enigma, there's an app that helps you with the actual procedure. And when magicians found this out, they were angry. They had pitchforks. They had knives. You're retarded. You had review channels that happened to be unbiased, putting out videos saying, oh, this is why I'm not buying this for this reason or that, saying alternatives like inject. It's a different thing. And yes, it requires effort. And yes, it requires work. And yes, it requires an app. Unless you're crazy like Christian and you can just memorize the whole thing. But that's a different thing entirely. What magicians wanted was a means of getting a word without any work whatsoever and being able to reveal that word without having them write it down or do anything. They just thought that with the process of Enigma, you're going to be able to buy the product and then go out to someone and go, hey, put your hand on my hand. I know what the word is. You're retarded. This reminds me years and years ago, the first magic trick I ever saw, a friend of mine in middle school said, hey, you're going to levitate. And the entire day I was masturbating mentally, thinking how I'm going to be able to learn this skill and levitate through the hallways to impress all the girls. I set this effect up in my mind to the point where it was unrealistic. Of course, you're not going to be able to levitate down the hallway. If not, everybody would be doing it. Lo and behold, in the end of the day, my friend takes me to the parking lot and he shows me the trick and he gets up on one foot and raises the other, doing the classic Balducci levitation. I learned a very valuable lesson in magic there to lower my expectations. But I was a child. I was 10 years old. You have no excuse. You're an adult. You have a credit card. You could drive. You have the ability to go to a website, put your credit card information in, and purchase a product. You're not a 10-year-old trying to stick his dink in anything. So obviously, you need to bring down your expectations when it comes to things like this and be realistic. A magic shop is going to try to sell you a product, as is any magic creator. They're going to promote its benefits while downplaying its downsides. Now, they can't outright lie to you, but they could definitely enhance the truth more so than the actual flaws. And this happens each and every single time somebody comes out with a product. So why are you then going to take your little dumpy ass to a forum and type in there, oh my God, this isn't what I thought it was, when clearly what you thought it was a miracle. What you thought you were getting was something that defies all known laws of physics and psychology and biology. Obviously, you can't levitate. But you can buy my brand new book, The View from Down Here. Check it out in the link in the description section below. And if that's not your fancy, you can check out the PigCake Magic Academy. That's also linked below. I'm also releasing my brand new book, which is called The Art of the Squeal, next week on Monday as the time of this recording. So you can check that out, mark your calendars, and get access to my brand new book, The Art of the Squeal, which is a fun one, a little bit biographical, but you get a lot of magic and a lot of fun stuff in it. So my advice at this video, stop being retarded, please. I'm here for you. We're here together. You've been through this long enough. Something like this requires a little bit of effort. Just take the time to do what the art entails you to do, which is practice. It's a performance art. These are tools. Without this, nothing could happen. So don't set yourself up to think that something's gonna work for you, be a total miracle without any effort on your end. There's always gonna be effort. There's always gonna be some compromise. Stop being retarded. Some advice at the end of the video. I just got this from the dollar store. These are nice little practice cards. The only problem is that they chop off the ends. Kind of annoying. They chop off the ends, so you can't take these cards and maybe sneak them in to the Pleasure Pit Casino. I assume somewhere in Vegas. Sounds like one of the motels by my house. But these are fun to practice, just to have around the house, not really worry about. They cost $1, and they're casino finished, so they're smooth, they're nice, they spread. They are used, so you are getting some potential oils and residue from people that have gone to the Pleasure Pit.
I see you again, when 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 I see